That's right, guys. I'm selling all of my crypto before the end of October. In fact, I'm going to be selling it way before the end. I told you guys for months now how bullish I am on Bitcoin and altcoins, so why have I decided to completely exit the markets? This video is going to explain exactly why I'm doing it and why you should too. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben, and every day I show you how to make money in crypto. In this video, we are going to be discussing one of my most requested videos. It includes a date that went viral. So viral, people on Google have been searching it. This is from a video I did in February, way back when the only people who knew who I was included my mom and like 7 people who watched my videos. That video had over 20,000 views at a time when that was unheard of for my channel. But the fact is, people are super interested in the Bitcoin cycles and the potential for the price to moon or collapse. That video included a date by which we should all sell our crypto, honestly. And it's by the end of October. In fact, it's way before that. It's by the end of September. Now, I know at this point you're scratching your heads. Now, a small percentage of those people scratching their heads actually probably have lice. So if you've been scratching all morning, you may want to get that checked out. But for most of you, it's probably because you are confused. You see, I'm not talking about 2020. I'm talking about 2021. Almost exactly 1 year from now. Well, technically, closer to 51 weeks, but who's counting? I guess me. The date you should exit the crypto markets is September 28th, 2021. How did I pick that date? It certainly sounds like a number I just pulled out of thin air, like I'm Nostradamus or The Simpsons. Well, I'm not a fortune teller, but I know when the bull market ends. Today, we're going to be taking a look at something called the Golden Bull Cycle Ratio, and this is what eventually will get us to that date. I hear all the time people say things like, you can't do technical analysis on Bitcoin, or you can't read into the history of Bitcoin because it's too new or not a mature market. As we've seen time and time again, those people are wrong. Bitcoin continues to follow its historical halving chart cycle after cycle. We are now on the 4th cycle for Bitcoin. If you did not know, every approximate 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin coming into the supply is cut exactly in half. That's why, even though there are 18.5 million Bitcoin in the circulating supply after only 11 years of existence, the max supply will not reach the full threshold of 21 million Bitcoin until the year 2140. To my knowledge, no one has made a chart that details how many Bitcoin will be minted for every future cycle, so I had to do some quick math on this. Now, I may be slightly off, but I believe there should be about 32 total Bitcoin cycles. We're right now in the beginning of the 4th cycle. According to my calculations, the last Bitcoin cycle of 4 years, with constant mining, from 2136 to 2140, we'll see a total of 1.5 BTC mined. Think about that. If we could fast forward to that time, that would be insane to see the value of Bitcoin. Now, either the number of cycles there is off slightly, or the 2140 date is off slightly because it's not technically every 4 years. The halving actually occurs every 210,000 blocks mined. 210,000, 21 million BTC. See the connection? What we've seen so far, though, is that instead of 4 years exactly, or 48 months, the halving cycles have actually been closer to 46 months. Man, I'm giving you guys so much knowledge and information here that's important. All over YouTube, people are making content that gets clicks, including me. I do it as well. But this is the type of stuff I absolutely love. Historical perspective that gives us a future perspective. And here's the deal. Until Bitcoin does something different than it has always done before, there is no reason to doubt that it will not continue trucking along in the same way. I hear a lot of people talking about how October is going to be a bloodbath because of the current chart. But I'll tell you this, I prefer to look at the long-term chart of Bitcoin, the historical chart. I don't get too caught up in the here and now of things. Ultimately, this month or next, according to history, we are going to shoot up like a rocket ship, meet hard resistance, drop back down, maybe even to fill the $9,600 CME gap, and then bounce to the moon at all-time highs in December or January. And listen, this is so important. The euphoria from the next year will detach you from reality. You will make so much money that you won't know what to do with it. And it will make you make bad decisions based on the fact you believe Bitcoin will go up forever. I hear people making predictions about where Bitcoin will be in 2022 or 2023. Facts. Bitcoin will be right in the thick of a terrible bear market, a bear winter during that time. We aren't going to see all-time highs from Bitcoin in 2022. That's next year we will see the all-time highs. Don't look beyond that. If you do, you'll be looking for a miracle or for Bitcoin to completely change its narrative and behavior from what we've always known. Well, more specifically, the behavior of buyers and sellers. Technically, it's certainly possible, but there is no reason to believe that it will happen. And what I'm about to show you is going to drive that home. Now, if you ever want to take advantage of any of this information and make some big-time Bitcoin moves and trades, make sure to check out Bybit. They're actually giving my followers up to a $300 bonus when you deposit and sign up at bybit.bitboy.live. This is a leverage trading site, so please be careful and learn how to trade before signing up. For those of you who are experienced, go ahead and check it out. But back to our Bitcoin prediction. On February 22nd of this year, I discovered a chart by Trading Shot on TradingView. If you haven't ever used TradingView.com, it's a chart site, but also has an element of social media woven into it. You can find expert traders and charters that post crypto analysis, technical analysis, and show their charts. Trading Shot is one of the best with a super high reputation score, but I will say the chart he made that shows the Bitcoin halving golden ratio is ingenious and yet super simple. This isn't one of those charts where you have to concentrate and look at several times and analyze lines in order to understand it. This chart is more of the factual nature, breaks down the history of Bitcoin and gives you an idea of what we should be expecting in the future. And you are going to see that there is no reason to doubt that September 28th, 2021 will be the end of the Bitcoin bull run. The euphoria will trick you, so it's vitally important that you keep this data in mind. Your feelings may tell you Bitcoin will keep going up. Factually and historically, that just won't be correct, and you may get wrecked. So let's check out the chart here. Keep in mind that this chart was published back on February 22nd of this year, so ignore the part at the top that says 600 days left of the bull market. We're closer to about 355-ish days, depending on what day you watch this. As you see on the chart, there's a percentage on each area of the chart. The left side is always 51%, and the right side is always 49%. Trading Shot calls this the golden bull cycle ratio. On this chart, the left side, or light green side, shows the amount of weekly candles between the low point of the bear market to the Bitcoin halving date. The right side, or darker green side, shows the point from the date of the halving to the peak of the bull market. The white part is the journey down from the peak of the bull market mountain to the bottom of the market valley. While it feels like the bear market is so much longer than the bull market, we've been waiting forever for it, fact is that's not true. In fact, for 75% of the lifetime of Bitcoin, it goes up. Because many people invest near the top of the bull markets, it doesn't feel like a bull market for a considerable amount of time after the low point of the bear market is reached. So the green parts of the chart are actually the entire bull markets. But what we really want to focus on here is that the ratio is always the same. The bull markets are almost exactly split down the middle, centered upon the Bitcoin halving date. 49% of the bull market occurs before the halving, 51% occurs afterwards. In previous cycles, that works out to a separation of only 1 week's difference. 105 total weekly candles in the 2012 bull market, 53 before the halving and 52 after the halving. For the 2016 bull market, there were 151 total weekly candles, 76 before the halving, 75 afterwards. For our current 2020 bull market, there were 74 candles before the halving. And I would like to point out here that Trading Shot back in February nailed the exact date of the halving well before it took place. For a long time, the estimated date of the halving was May 14th, but Trading Shot estimated May 11th, which is exactly when the halving took place. So we're going to go with him here and what he says. He says, when we apply the golden bull cycle ratio, we get 518 days between the Valley of the Bear and the halving, and we get 504 days afterwards. Now, I would have thought by this chart it would be 74 candles before and 73 afterwards, but TradingShot worked out 72 candles, so we are going to go with that. 504 days after the May 11th halving 2020 puts us at September 28th of 2021. So that's the date. I'm selling all of my Bitcoin before that. Let me know down in the comments what you think you are going to do during that time. I've been saying sell all my crypto, but this is of course the Bitcoin chart. Now, if I remember correctly, which I'm pretty sure I do, altcoin season extended a little beyond the Bitcoin chart. So I think I'm going to actually end up doing a follow-up video on when exactly you should be looking for altcoins to moon before their crash and burn. But I'm looking to exit Bitcoin for sure. Listen, crypto is pure speculation right now. Simple. Maybe one day it will be use case that drives price. I hope it is. Long term, I'm looking for cryptocurrency to take over the financial sector. But the best thing for your financial sector is to buy bottoms and sell tops. So look to exit before that date. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.